Right into our top story this morning because it's about Brooks Houck. He'll appear in court this morning for the first time since he was charged with murder of his former girlfriend, Crystal Rogers. She disappeared in 2015. Houck was just arrested last week. He's charged with murder and tampering with physical evidence in connection to the FBI's investigation into Crystal's disappearance. Now, she was last seen in July of 2015. Houck has been a primary suspect ever since. In recent years, the FBI searched several of his properties. According to the indictment, Houck's charges stem from an indictment from July 4th weekend in 2015. Again, that was the last time Rogers was seen alive. Her car was found just a few days later, but it was abandoned on the side of the Bluegrass Parkway. Her keys, her phone, and her purse were all left inside. Federal investigators accuse Houck of intentionally causing her death and destroying, concealing, mutilating, or removing physical evidence in connection to the crime. That brings us to today, Houck's first court appearance. He'll be arraigned in Nelson County Circuit Court, but because he's currently being held in Hardin County, that appearance could be over video conference. At the arraignment, the judge will inform Houck of the charges that are being brought against him. The judge will also advise him of his rights, but there will not be any evidence presented or heard at this appearance. Arraignments are just not designed for that. Houck's defense attorneys have already filed a motion to reduce his $10 million bond to $500,000. They're also asking for special conditions of a GPS monitor and a work release if bond is in fact posted. A judge will hear that motion and decide to keep or change his bond. All of that is set for 1 o'clock this afternoon. Now, you might remember Brooks Houck is not the only person charged in connection to Crystal Rogers' case. Joseph Lawson is facing 2 charges, conspiracy to commit murder and tampering with physical evidence. He was indicted back in June and arrested in August. He made a court appearance last month virtually from a hospital bed. The court entered not guilty pleas on his behalf for both charges. Lawson's next court date is set for October 25th. Now, I sat down with WHA 11's Shay McAllister, who's been on top of this case for 8 years. That's really unheard of to have that level of longevity on a singular case in a local news market. You can watch our deep dive into the investigation so far on the WHAS 11 YouTube page. You can also follow along with updates today and read the full timeline of the Crystal Rogers case up to this point in the free WHAS 11 app and at WHAS11.com.